If you're someone who self-identifies as being an introvert, if you feel incredibly shy, but somehow you have this nagging desire to start your own YouTube channel, you dream of having a catalog of videos of your own, whether it's showcasing your passion, whether it is showing like your design work, your photography, building something of your own, if you're doing makeup tutorials, if traveling vlogs, anything like that. I think as introverts, it can be incredibly more difficult to get started. And I am someone who was desperately shy in high school, but I always wanted to start a YouTube channel and I didn't know why. It wasn't until a year and a half ago where I finally took that first plunge to start posting that first video, putting it out there, getting my feet wet, getting not as much of a reaction in the beginning, and then finally being able to build some confidence as well as clarity on why I actually wanted to start a channel in the first place, and now having grown this little channel to around 4.6 thousand of you guys watching, subscribers, and I've learned a lot along the way and wanted to share some insights, some challenges that you would experience, the things that's probably holding you back, and what it kind of feels and looks like on the other side if you just take that first step of figuring out what it is that you want to do with your channel, why it's worthwhile to get started, and how to actually do it, and all the host of things of what to expect. So starting from why I started the channel, it might really help you get a good idea. For me, I think I always wanted to put my work out on social media. I'm a designer and I knew that was a way to get clients, but then I realized on my YouTube journey, it was slightly different. I do want to get some more exposure to opportunities in the future, but it might not necessarily be for client work. I think because I'm someone who works full-time, I run my own design studio, like a lot of you may be working full-time, 9-to-5 jobs. YouTube is a really good creative outlet for you to feel like you have created something for yourself. A lot of the times we're working for clients, we're getting paid to do something, to grow a business, to help someone else out. But YouTube is something that feels kind of selfish and fulfilling, even though you are, by effect, reaching other people out there on the other side of your camera. And for me, it was this sense of fulfillment and accomplishment to say that finally I have some evidence out there in the world of my thoughts and my ideas. And when you get that first comment of someone saying, wow, like this video really helped me, keep up the good work, that really validates all of these ideas going through your head. And I think for you out there who's thinking of starting your channel, figure out exactly why you want to do it. Is it because you love video creation? Is it because you want to turn this into like a lead generation tool? You want to find clients? Is it you want to build a community? You might want to, create a course, coaching program on the back end of it. And that's the other thing, is that it's totally fine to be strategic with your YouTube channel. In fact, I think a lot of people who survive the grind and who continue to put videos out there week after week, month after month, year after year, is because their YouTube channel contributes to their life, whether it's emotionally, economically, socially, and financially is a big aspect. Because for YouTube, you do join the YouTube Partner Program, even though it's not that much, it is very realistic to make a trickle of an income. And I was monetized, I think, around 8 months into my journey. I'll link a video up here that goes into it in detail because I can't quite remember now, but it is definitely possible to get monetized within the first year. But something to be cautious of is to set expectations low, because I think a lot of channels don't get monetized until 1 to 2 years. And figuring out that why you're going to post week after week, because it is a commitment. You are doing something that is quite uncomfortable, like setting up your phone or camera, speaking to it, figuring out your content idea, figuring out what you're going to say. There is a lot of uncomfortability in this process. And if you don't have a strong reasoning behind it, if your sense of fulfillment isn't big enough on the back end, then it's very easy to burn out and just give up. So really know why. And for me, it's because I know that one-on-one client work at the capacity I'm doing at it now is going to burn me out. I'm always kind of teetering on the verge of burnout, but I'm really grateful for all the client work. But I found what brings me more fulfillment, and probably the reason why you might want to start a YouTube channel, is to kind of create an impact, to teach what it is that you've learned. We have, as humans, I think, have a sense of accomplishment when we get to relay our learnings to others. We get to share our ideas and people benefit from it. And they come back and thank us and validate us. I think there's a lot of psychology that goes into it, but I can't help but feel every time I put out a video, I felt like I've done something meaningful and I've created a piece of work that stands the test of time, that is going to be there, this video, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line. And to imagine one day maybe my kids would be able to come across a video like this of their mom in their 20s is quite interesting to me. I watched another YouTuber's video where she talked about the reason why she wanted to start a channel is because one of her friends passed away really early, a lot earlier than expected, in her 30s, and she never would have foreseen that coming. It was a tragic event, but she saw that and she thought to herself, if only she recorded some of the insights and the values that she had, because she was a very smart person. She had a lot of insight to give. She was the person that everybody went to for relationship advice, for career advice, and she just wished she had more of her recorded. If she had a YouTube channel, if she was putting her ideas out there, that she would benefit so many people and her kids can watch it one day, and that's like really meaningful. I think that's taking it like one step further, but really feeling into like the impact that you will have with this channel really helps, because here is the reality of the every day, every weekly grind. Is a lot of us, when we first started, we want to commit to like a weekly cadence, which is really great, but the first big challenge is actually getting started, is to figure out what your topic is for that first video, to have like a background set up, to have your camera set up, to get a microphone, to get lighting. All of this can be a huge barrier. And so what I do right now is I still film on my iPhone. I just get an app that has a slightly nicer filter so it feels more polished. I use CapCut and it is free, but there are pro features which doesn't cost that much per month, and you can sharpen the resolution a little bit, and you get more crisp HD quality. And for a mic, I just use the Rode NTG mic, and I have these like lighting that I got from Amazon, and this is my living room, and I just go ahead and I sit down and film. And you can see from this video to all the way 1.5 years ago, nothing has changed, because it is important for you to make filming a video as easy as possible. Even though the setup takes a little bit of time, the least amount of resistance you can get, the better. So go ahead and just set up a little space in your room, just film that first video and tell yourself that I don't have to actually post this. I'm just going to film it and see how I feel. And just by taking that first little action, it creates so much momentum. Sometimes we're just thinking too much about it and not taking action. And that first step is all you need. It's like a domino. You just need to tap that first little domino for it to push all the other ones down and for you to get started on your journey. The next thing is the first video, of course, it is the hardest, but the next hardest is keeping up with it. As I go ahead and set like a cadence, and I don't think you need to start off weekly to begin with. Maybe every 2 weeks would be good, and just film like 2 or 3 videos in the get-go, and then play around with like editing, try to find your a style that you like and enjoy the process, because the next hardest part is actually going ahead and following through with the editing process. And in the beginning, this would have been my biggest risk to giving up, is not having time to go ahead and edit my videos, which is why I recommend in the beginning stages, keep it as simple and minimal as possible. Like literally film yourself, and then you can add in like animations or GIFs or like effects afterwards, but keep the crux of it simple as possible, especially if you want to film more like chatty, educational, like talking head videos like this. You can always add effects later on. And something to kind of really ease your mind is that in the beginning, no one is watching your videos, and that is, it might seem like a depressing thing, but it actually is also a really, really good thing, because no one is judging you if they can't see your videos. Have those first like 10 videos just be exploratory. And the good thing about YouTube, especially for introverts, is no one will get recommended your videos unless they're genuinely interested in the topic. The algorithm has gotten really smart, which is why I feel a lot safer posting on YouTube rather than on like Instagram, where they actually broadcast your content to your friends. Even I started a new like account for my business, and I posted it, and my friends who I didn't like follow, or I didn't kind of want them to see my business content, they got a notification saying that, oh, this is a new account you might be interested in. And for me as an introvert, it puts so much pressure, and I feel silly. So my YouTube channel, I actually didn't tell people, even my closest friends, even my family, my partner. I tell them everything, but this, I kept it closer to my chest until I felt a bit more confident, and until I felt like I have something going here. I have some videos up, and they're like, surprise, I've been like posting stuff on YouTube. Actually really amazed at how supportive people are, and share it with the right people. Share it with people that you know got your back and won't be like judging you, because you can keep it your little secret. And the thing is, like, YouTube knows who your audience is, and it's going to try to find you and match you to your desired audience, but it will take time. I think you really need to enjoy the process of filming the videos, creating the videos, enjoy that sense of accomplishment that posting your first video gives you. And that's what keeps me going, is I promise myself 1 video every single week. I post it every single Sunday, and I haven't missed one, because the longer you post, it feels like a streak you don't want to break. And I have gotten like literally other freelancers and designers reach out to me, because that's like the content that I talk about, reach out to me and have said, can I book a call with you just to chat? I have that as an opportunity. Always have, I think, in your description box links that they can connect with you. Like what's your desired call to action. I have this like 10K month masterclass that I host, and this is really like what my channel is all about, is about helping people kind of make money doing what they love. This is what really inspires me and brings me joy. And to begin with, I didn't have like coaching backing it. I didn't have like a course or anything, but as I started sharing more content just about the topics I'm passionate about, I've gotten people reach out to me and ask me how I did it. I've gotten people reach out and ask me, do I have any templates? And I've created like all of these kind of products on the back end of it, of answering like a real demand of people asking me like, can you showed me like your templates, like do you have a thing I can copy and clone? So I've created templates for that. I've actually kind of structured all these topics into lessons in my course, and these are the things that are really exciting on the back end of a YouTube channel. It's not necessarily all the views you're gonna get. You're probably not gonna go viral. I definitely didn't go viral except for like one video on my MacBook unboxing that kind of took off a little bit, but those things don't change much. What changes is the impact that you feel of putting yourself out there, the confidence you build, and the people that you meet along the way, and the conversations that get started. And I think for a lot of introverts, for creatives, you are just like craving that sense of expression, but also within a space of like safety. So I feel like YouTube is really, really good. So if you've been thinking of starting your YouTube channel, I know there's no other way of putting this other than film your first video. Don't give yourself any pressure. Try to publish it and put it on like private if you need to, but just feel the whole flow of creating a video, editing a video, putting it out there. Have it be your little secret. And then one day when you feel confident or kind of detached enough from it, go ahead and hit the publish button and make it public. And then you'll realize nothing really changes. Like no one is judging you. And then you might get your first little comment saying, wow, nice video, thumbs up. Is that little spark that might help you to make the next one. And just promise yourself to not look at your views and doubt yourself. My metric of success is that I post a video every single week. That is it. Because I know if I put too much pressure on myself, I will give up. And I think giving up is the only failure there is. If you keep going, that is what I deem as successful. So I'm really, really cheering you on. If you found this video helpful, I also have this video on the left where I dive deeper into my YouTube journey. You got this. And if you prefer listening on the go, we also have a podcast version called the Brand Creator Podcast. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.